There we go, got some game volume going. Whoa. Alright. Starting now in World 5. And that's not the stage you want to start with. So even though auto-scrollers have been disabled, this is one of the few stages that is not. And even with random enemies, you still got this fire chomp to deal with. So definitely not something that, ooh, Your Majesty already taken a fall. Looks like Cavin did as well. He had not the greatest stage to start on, that's for sure. Both players get a reset, and Cavin just slipped off that cloud there. He's gonna try it again. You gotta avoid this fire chomp. Even with random enemies, it still can appear here. Meanwhile, Your Majesty making his way across the moving platforms. Cavin taking down that fire chomp, but fortunately, we just wasn't able to get that next jump. Looks like Cavin's gonna take a game over. That's my guess. He'll just reset. Majesty does manage to make it through, hitting the star card. That's definitely a rough stage to start on, that's for sure. Cavin did take the game over. Try to play a little bit safer this time. Majesty grabbing the star, gonna ride the moving platform. Enemies are shuffled, so it can be pretty nasty what's in the water here. Having to deal with bloopers or Big Bertha or both. Set of bloopers, just gonna play it safe and ride the platform. Your Majesty making it into the... finishing up the second stage here, grabbing a second star. Now you may see players grab triple stars at the end of each, or try to grab 3 stars, one after each stage, in order to build up lives. As you see Your Majesty grabbing an item from the mushroom house here. These items are shuffled. It's not a bad strategy to stock up on items and lives early on. Cavin making it through stage 1. Still has all of his lives. About a stage behind. And here we encounter our first lost level, first unused stage, or hidden level as they're called on Your Majesty's screen. There's 8 stages included in the randomizer. They're in the base game's code. There's really no way to access them by normal means. However, the developer F. Coughlin of the randomizer has re-added these stages to be included in the standard stage pool. Pretty short stage. See if he hits that triple star. Does grab the triple star. Gonna get 5 up. 5 1-ups here. A nice little padding and number of lives he has. Meanwhile, Cavin finishing up stage 2. Gonna check out the mushroom house. Hammer Brothers are shuffled. Both the arena, between the arena, Hammer Brothers themselves, and the power-up you receive. All of that's been shuffled. And the arena is actually shuffled based on which tile you're standing on in the overworld. So it's going to be different for each tile. Cavin beating his first Hammer Brother, picking up the hammer, which is very important. As is Your Majesty. Hammers as well as breaking rocks. And like in the standard game, they also break locks. Normally you have to complete a fortress, unlocks a lock, and you get to bypass it. Well, in the randomizer there's an option to have hammers break locks, which allow you to skip stages. And here in World 5, there's an opportunity to skip 3 stages using a hammer. We'll see if Your Majesty and Cavin both utilize that when reaching the sky portion of the overworld here in World 5. But even though stages are shuffled, this tower in World 5, it always remains constant. And that's because it doesn't end with a gold card or a boom boom fight. Hammer Brother, it ends with you entering a pipe and accessing the overworld, the upper part of the overworld here in World 5. So even though stages are shuffled, this one remains the same. There's a couple others that are there as well, including Bowser's Castle at the end. Watch out for Boss Bass here. Come up and get you. So here we see Your Majesty using that hammer. It's going to skip 3 stages, going to encounter the Super Tank. Normally on World 8, here it's on a fortress tile. The military stages in World 8, Bowser's military, are shuffled among the fortresses. Auto-scrollers disabled, making really short stages. Meanwhile, Cavin making his way through the tower. Gotta watch out for that Boss Bass. Probably see him use the hammer as well. Your Majesty making quick work of that fortress, gonna take down the Hammer Brother as well. Watch out for the boomerangs. Not a problem, and they're rewarded with another hammer, which is gonna be really important next world or so. Keep an eye out for that. He's gonna grab the. Your Majesty is gonna stop another mushroom house. Gonna suck up on some items. Picking up a frog suit. Cavin's gotta watch out here. Boom boom fight. Manages to take him down though. So the items you find that the power up you find in item blocks. These question mark blocks, they are shuffled as well. That includes the large blocks you see here. So you may, if you go in expecting a certain item, you may not find that. So you may have to adjust your strategy based upon that. Cavin finding a Hammer Brother suit from that mushroom house is gonna use it immediately. See, our first instance of the end card game. The layouts of these are shuffled. And the rewards you see are shuffled as well. So you see Your Majesty made a tin match and a mushroom match. You won't necessarily receive those items, so you have to check his inventory to see what he picked up. It's got a P-Wing and a Fire Flower. Now the end card game can have hammers and clouds, which are really important for skipping stages, making these races shorter. Any stages you can just skip is gonna give you an advantage. Trying to complete this as fast as possible, right? Meanwhile, see both players in the same stage. And a double Boss Bass. That's a new one, right? A double Boss Bass. What was that Double Mint commercial? How'd it go again? Something about double. Never want to see double Boss Bass, but here he is. Both players able to get past it. Your Majesty entering the airship first. The auto-scroller for the airship has been disabled, making the the first world airship really quick. Roy only got 1 hit. Koopalings have 1 hit, or not, they could have 1 hit. Could have anywhere from between 1 to 5 hits. 3 being the standard. Here we see a 1 hit, really quick work of it. Meanwhile, we got both players finishing up World 1. Just seconds apart. Really close match here. Cavin skipped the card game. We'll see if he plays it going ahead. Next up, we have World 6. Gonna check this first pipe here. Overworld pipes have been shuffled as well, so there's a chance to skip a few stages if we get the right pipe. Unfortunately, today's not the case. Could use a hammer to skip a couple stages, but chooses to hold on to that for now. We'll see how that plays later. Cavin's gonna do the same thing. Got the angry sun lurking in the background. Activated, ooh, just at the very end. I actually took a hit, but still is big Mario power. Cavin just right behind him, avoiding the triple star 5-up. It is a bit longer, animation-wise, so in most speedruns you do avoid it. Yeah, plenty of lives should be fine. Both players playing the Hammer Brother. Picking up the same item, see if both players go to the same stage next. Route variance could play a factor. There's an option between stages 2 and 3 here. Looks maybe Your Majesty took a initial death, gonna grab the frog suit, can swim a bit fast with the frog suit. Has to avoid all these enemies though. That is gonna give Cavin the lead. Let's see if Your Majesty can make it this time with frog suit. They're really close. It's like I played that much. It's still too early to tell. They're right there, right in the same area. Both are entering the pipe but around the same time. Really close match. Second or two apart. Cavin entering the fortress first. Majesty's gonna check out what's the Toad House? Mushroom House? One of those names. Got the Navy from World 8 as well here on this fortress. So it's two of Bowser's military ships in these early fortress stages. Both ending with Boom Booms. Boom Booms still have 3 hits. Maybe that'll change in a future update, but for now just standard 3. Cavin getting through first. He's gonna play the end card. Huh? Oh, we did play it already. I must have missed that. You did play it. You made a match earlier. Meanwhile, Your Majesty taking on Boom Boom. He'll have enough for the end card game as well. Now, players have been encouraged to take notes. It was a bit ambiguous in the brackets or in the group stages whether taking notes was allowed or not allowed. But the powers that be have decided that taking notes is probably the best option since you can't really enforce the other way. So players are encouraged to take notes since the layouts are different for the matching card game each time. Cavin's got about a half of a stage lead now. Majesty's taking it, being cautious with these jumps. This normally it's an auto scroller. Ooh, just slips off that donut block. I was gonna say it's usually an auto scroller, and the stage sort of guides you on where to go. But that being disabled, some of these blind jumps can be fairly tough. Cavin using gonna take the secret exit here, see what item is a reward. Meanwhile, Your Majesty is gonna use a P-Wing to just fly over the stage, Super Mario World style. Doesn't have to worry about slipping off blocks, he can just fly. Cavin picked up a Fire Flower, both in this Hand Brother stage and as a reward for the secret exit in the previous stage. Whistles have been disabled. No warping. This is a Warpless category, and so in order to ensure that, whistles have been disabled. And that way they're not in your inventory, just tempted to use them. Your Majesty following suit, going to stage 5. See if he takes a secret exit as well. Meanwhile, Cavin making his way through another stage from World 1, also another auto-scroller. Quick work. No respect for the Kribo shoe. Can't really use it. Might be able to use it in the stage. It would be kind of tough to lower it to a position to get access to it. Gonna pick up a Fire Flower as well. Cavin making his way to the second fortress, World 6. Gonna skip that power up. Meanwhile, Your Majesty's gonna check another Toad House, Mushroom House. See what item is in store. Another Fire Flower. Plenty of Fire Flowers so far. So Cavin's gotta watch out when he drops from this. Yeah, he's gotta watch for these enemies. Since these enemies are shuffled, don't want to fall and get hit by one because he's not knowing what to expect there. Luckily the hot feet and the boo didn't cause too much of a problem. Fireflower taking out Boom Boom with 5 fireballs. Meanwhile, your Majesty's making his way through the previous stage. Here we have another lost level. Ooh, Boss Bass. First victim of the day. So on Cavin's screen, got another lost level. It's a series of pipes leading to an underground area. Take that first pipe. All these pipes are. You can go to any of these, but if you go to this very last one with a tail, you can gain access to the far right, which is the goal here. Go up this pipe here, and there's your exit. That's the pipe you're looking for. A little bit of a pipe maze, but if you know where you're going, pretty easy. But Boss Bass was had other things in mind. Majesty's gotta watch out for these hot foots, whatever you want to call them. Ooh, and the boo. Not playing nice right now. Able to get over it. Into the door. He's gonna take out Boom Boom next. The blocks in this arena can make this fight a little bit tricky. Not much room to work with. Meanwhile, Cavin making his way through the next stage, avoiding the blooper. I believe he'll be moving on to his next fortress, Fortress 3 in World 6. World 6 is typically the longest world. Not many opportunities to skip stages. If you do use a hammer, you're only going to skip one stage. If you're going to use a cloud, I mean, it's standard one stage as well, but unlike some other stages, World 6 is generally longer than the other. Cavin grabbing another Fireflower. We're gonna wait on the swamp. Has to avoid these disco waffles. Third and final fortress here in World 6. Going for the fire kill. 5 fireballs. Quick work of Boom Boom again. And Majesty's taking the alternate stage. He's gonna have to deal with Boss Bass. Got past the tornado though, so that's. Meanwhile, Cavin's gonna play the matching card game. See what he picks up. Cavin makes a full match. And, picked up a hammer there. But one of those rewards is a hammer. Moving on to the second airship. Your Majesty's just a stage behind in the previous fortress. Cavin has to watch out coming up here. There's a possibility of a platform despawning one of these bolts. Ooh. Didn't happen today. That first bolt, the first of 3 bolts right there can despawn if Rocky Wrench decides to show up. Fortunately, Majesty took a death in the fortress and is gonna have to replay it. Meanwhile, Cavin making his way through World 2 Fortress, World 6. I believe that was one hit Koopalings as well. Either Larry or Lemmy. Koopalings have been pretty soft, might say, compared to we still have potential for 5-hit Wendy, so I don't want to jinx them, but I think we're all looking for 5-hit Wendy. See which world is up next. I forgot to mention that Princess Toadstool's rewards are shuffled as well. So expecting a P-Wing or an item could be it's going to be different each playthrough, but it's the same for both players. Both players are on the same seed, meaning the same world order, the same stages, all that. Wouldn't be very fair otherwise. Cavin making his way through the upper exit in this stage. If you fall there, you have to take the lower path, and that's slightly slower. Some platforming off that that no block. Make your way up to the pipe. Leads you to the quick exit on that stage. Your Majesty's using Nuki, the ability to float, crossing these platforms here. It wasn't one hit, it was two. It was two hit. Right? Right? Yeah, two hit. So even though enemies are shuffled, take a look on Cavin's screen. These Buzzy Beetles are always going to be in the same location. That's in order to allow the player to progress past these breakable blocks. You can either break them using a tail with a raccoon suit or these Buzzy Beetles. And in order to allow the player to progress without having an item, these Buzzy Beetles will always be there. That's true in a couple cases. That's the first one we've seen so far today. Your Majesty finishing up World 2, entering World 2. So you see on the on both the overlay screen next to the timers, you got the world number players in, but also added recently in game above the number of lives you see the stages, you see the world each player is in. That was a new addition that was in a recent update just before brackets started. So even though they're in World 2 Sand stage, you can tell by the in-game interface that they're in World 3. Cavin using that tail to break a block, gonna try to gain P-speed and fly in this pipe and up and over the gap where normally you have to build a bridge. Just able to get over it. That that avoids backtracking, having to build a bridge and then go back to the pipes. It's a nice use of the raccoon suit to get through that. So both players use the hammer here on World 2, skipping the first 3 stages. Your Majesty just a stage and a half behind or so. And Cavin's taking down these Hammer Brothers looking for more items, particularly hammers and clouds. Definitely the most powerful item in Randomizer right now. Cavin's making his way through another stage that's normally an auto-scroller. You gotta traverse on these platforms, these not Buzzy Beetles, but these Parabeetles. Quickly getting through that stage. Picking up another life. Your Majesty finishing up another stage as well. So about a stage difference right now. So Cavin's gonna play the card game again. He's already made a full match. Your Majesty just able to get on that. Ooh. Able to get on the one platform, but unable to make the jump. Cavin moving on to the next airship here. While your Majesty's gonna try to fly over as far as possible. Gotta be careful here. Cavin into see what Morton has in store. One hit. Hit Morton. What is this? Another quick Koopaling. Cavin's moving on to World 4 next. Meanwhile, your Majesty's, like I said, just a stage behind. Probably take out these Hammer Brothers first, though. May have noticed the King's text is different. Got the developer F. Coughlin, I think, for that. There's some movie and game references. Same with Toadstool's letter and Bowser's letter. Cavin making his way to the Pipe Maze, World 4, World 7. So overworld pipes are shuffled, which means that Any of these pipes can be the one that leads you to the exit, the far right side of the overworld here in World 7. Looking for the pipe that leads you near stages 7 and 8. If you have a hammer, there's another opportunity, but I don't think either player has one. So, gotta make your way through these pipes. The goal is to play as few stages as possible, and make your way over to the right side of the overworld in World 7. Can be a bit tricky, can be some backtracking. We'll see which route each player takes. There's always both players took the free pipe. It's always usually the first option here in World 7. We're actually taking on that Disco Waffle with the Tanuki statue. In the same stage as Cavin. Cavin did play the Piranha Plant stage first. See where this next pipe leads for Cavin. Another pipe to check here after that. That's another option. No hammer though. If you had a hammer there, you could break the lock, enter stage 9. Cavin's gonna move on to the next stage looking for the other exit. For another pipe leading to stages 7, 8, and 9. I'm actually taking a different route. I'm not playing the plant stage. Deciding to play stage 6 instead. Yeah, I believe that's stage 6. Which is one of the hand stages. Hand stages are shuffled into the mix of standard stages. And their power-up is shuffled as well. It's the same power-up for each seed, so we'll know that next time each player encounters a hand stage, they'll receive a P-Wing. So two very different routes going on right now. Either one could be the right way. Cavin finds the right way. That's where you want to be, that far right side, near stages 7 and 8. So your Majesty is going to head back, play the plant stage. Fortunately, that was a dead end, so he has no other choice but to go this way. This World 7 can lead you astray and have to backtrack and not know. You won't know where to go until it's too late. You may have played every stage. Finally found the last pipe will lead you the right way, but Cavin found his way. Moving forward, he'll encounter a hand stage here on stage 9. Watch out for these Hammer Brothers though, wow. Just onslaught of hammers there. These guys are shuffled as well, Hammer Brothers. Cavin able to make it. Grabs a P-Wing. Move on to the next fortress. Your Majesty backtracking. He's not sure where to go yet. Let's see where. Doesn't want to play that way. There's 2 stages for 1 pipe, so we'll see where he goes. Maybe following Cavin's footsteps with the 1 stage. Yeah, check this next pipe, and that should lead him in the right direction. Meanwhile, Cavin can his way to this fortress. Not the worst World 7, but not the most generous either. Fortunately, Your Majesty hitting that Lakitu. That Lakitu has been known to cause a lot of problems on that. Cavin has another in-card game. We'll see if he makes any matches here. If he's been taking his notes. Choice. When is it? When's the... Oh. Okay, there he goes. Should be it. Another set down. See what he picks up once he checks his inventory. He does have a music box, which would allow him to skip this plant stage, but decides to play it. The rewards for these stages are shuffled as well, and they're pretty short, so it's not usually a bad idea to play them. If it can get you an item that'll allow you to skip a stage later, I like that. There's a cloud, so play a short stage and skip a longer stage later. Nice little payoff. Ooh, Your Majesty, did not take the pipe and had to deal with the angry sun, but just couldn't make his way to the music note block platform. Chooses a P-wing, is gonna fly over instead. Meanwhile, Cavin's making his way through the 4th airship here. See what Koopa Kid, what Ludwig has in store. Another one hit. What is this? Just think the Koopalings are taking a day off. You know what? Let him by. Bowser, you deal with him. I think Your Majesty is pretty close to the exit there. Yep. Flying right over. It's a bit slower, but safe nonetheless. Let's see which world we're going to next. World 3. World 3 has the potential for no stages played. That first pipe can lead you directly to the castle and the airship. Not quite the case today, but that's not a bad pipe either. So I have to play this. Has to defeat these Hammer Brothers and then play this fortress to see where this next pipe leads to after this lock. But there's the dreaded Fortress 7-2? Second fortress in World 7. And this has been known to give players a lot of problems as well, just given the piranha plant placement. These fire piranha plants can be in any one of these pipes. Having to dodge all these fireballs can be a real pain. Especially these right here, trying to find a pattern. If you're standing on the pipe, the plant won't spawn, but trying to find that right pattern to get up there without getting hit by a fireball, especially with just small Mario. There he gets past it, but it still has to deal with more fire piranha plants. Had 4 pipes there. Picks up a power-up. Avoiding that thwomp, and that hop was gonna fall. Another boo. Tricky jump there. Still has to make his way through this little section and avoid disco waffles, hot feet, thwomps. Just a pain, nightmare. Gets hit, but only has Boom Boom to deal with. Nicely done, Cavin. That was slow and steady, worked out that time. No deaths on that stage. Not a bad outcome. Now we'll see where this pipe leads. Meanwhile, Your Majesty making his way to the airship. That's not a bad pipe either. It's not the pipe you want leading to the castle. If you were to get set behind that fortress with the lock, you'd have to either break the lock or to go all the way around. So Cavin knows which pipe leads to the exit now. Just has to play a few more stages and he'll be on his way. Meanwhile, you got Your Majesty finishing up World 4. A few stages behind. Big Bertha guarding that pipe. They didn't want Mario to pass, but Cavin got by anyway. See Your Majesty entering World 3 is going to check this first pipe. He'll follow suit. See that play the next fortress. Hammer Brother. See that Karibo shoe. Cavs not have anything of it. see how Your Majesty does with this fortress. As is Cavin making his way, hitting the gold card here. Hotfoot just didn't want to move. See if Majesty's not gonna check that pipe, or not the pipe, but there's a power up in that first block. Not gonna check it. Cavin's got a tail to fly through this fortress. Fortunately, Majesty's couldn't avoid that fireball. Gonna cloud over. Gonna cloud over. Not gonna check the pipe. Interesting strategy. Doesn't want anything to do with it. Meanwhile, Cavin, putting that second fortress, he'll be on his way to the castle and the airship. See what Wendy has in store. Majesty's committed to this path now. See, he doesn't know where the pipes are, or he doesn't know where the pipes lead to. He's going to play a few extra stages, but he does avoid playing Fortress, so in his mind, maybe it's the right play. Windy. See how many hits Windy has. No Earthquake, but 2 hits so far. At least 2. At least 3, I should say. Yeah, Windy takes down Cavin. Gonna try with the Pewing strat. Each time you hit Windy, she'll throw out a lifesaver. And those lifesavers, she'll throw out after 2 hits, there'll be 3 flying around, so it can make a tougher fight if Windy is more than 3 hits. See what happens this time with the Pewing. Fortunately, Cavin got hit. Now she won't throw more than 3, but she can still hit you regardless. See if Cavin can take advantage of this opportunity, making his way through these stages. Meanwhile, Cavin's gonna try a Tanuki strat. See another lost level on Your Majesty's side. Just slipped off the edge though. Alright, that's 2 hits. That's 3. Able to get a hit off before the... So there are 4 hits. 4 hits on the Windy. Finally, the Koopaling wakes up, decides, hey, we gotta do something. This Mario fella's making his way through these worlds too quickly. Let's bump it up a bit. Cavin able to make it through though. Able to make it through. See which world is up next. Got world 4. Gonna check this first pipe. See, there's an opportunity. Skip some stages if he has a hammer. I believe he does. Meanwhile, Your Majesty flying through that stage. He'll have a fortress up next. Cavin does have a hammer. Use that to break the lock. The World 8 Fortress. Breaking that lock isn't allowed him to skip 3 stages. Oh, sorry about that. Your Majesty has another stage to play before the fortress. Unless he's going the other way. Check the path next time. Oh, Cavin. Probably intentional death. Maybe cloud over? Nope, fire flower. Now, even though overworld pipes have been shuffled, enemies have been shuffled, the doors within these fortresses have not. So, doors will always lead the same place every time. Cavin knows which way to go. So that's to avoid these enemies. Just missing that door, but he did grab the coin. I'll hit the P switch again. Check the power up. Make his way to Boom Boom. Meanwhile, Your Majesty's making his way through the last fortress and here right before the airship. Cavin, quick work with Boom Boom. Your Majesty having a little bit of trouble getting into this pipe here. Able to get it though. So players have a decision to make each time they play one of these. When does it become more of a waste of time? When does it stop being optimal to go for Hammer Brothers or in-card games and the like, just because it does take time to play each of those looking for items. And I know players have different views on when's the best place to stop, because you can still play them until World 8. Once you're in World 8, you're no more opportunities for in-card game, no more opportunities for Hammer Brothers. Some you can't avoid. Cavin does pick up another cloud though, so he'll be able to skip a stage if he chooses. Looks like Your Majesty was going for the fire kill. Unfortunately got hit. He has one more hit. He doesn't know he has one more hit. Oh wait, no. I was off my counting. Now he's got one more hit. There you go. Your Majesty able to make up a little bit of time there. Taking down Wendy. First attempt. I believe Cavin used the cloud to skip the stage while I was watching Your Majesty take down Wendy to get to the second fortress here in World 4. If I'm wrong there, chat, please correct me. That's what I'm seeing right here. We'll have to play this in-card game. He could just do quick flips, or if he's actually looking for matches, I don't know. So Your Majesty gonna follow suit, use the hammer. Gonna use a P-Wing, make his way through the fortress here while Cavin has Iggy to deal with. Iggy's got Earthquake ability. If Mario's standing on the ground while Iggy hits the ground, it's gonna stun Mario. Cavin doesn't have a problem though. I think that was your standard 3 hits. Quick work at World 6. I believe we have World 1 remaining. So Cavin moving into World 7. Don't think he has a hammer. Does he have a hammer? No hammer, just a cloud. So he's gonna play these stages. Got another not auto score, but another lost level. This one's really short. It's a vertical swimming stage, no enemies to deal with. Just gotta swim up these waterfalls. Meanwhile, Your Majesty finishing up that fortress. It's a few stages behind here. World 6. Let's see where Cavin's gonna end up next. Another hand stage. The shortest of the hand stages. Be able to pick up another P-Wing here. Majesty's mighty. Careful there. Ooh, Piranha Plant was right there. Luckily able to get through that. Ooh, and Cavin in the World 1 fortress just missed the jump. The lava pit takes a dip. I think he chose a P-Wing, gonna fly up to the secret exit. It is a bit faster, and you do get an item for it. And is rewarded with a Hammer Brothers suit, which may come into play for Bowser. Using the Hammer Brothers suit on Bowser in the Bowser fight makes Bowser a pretty quick fight. Cavin moving through another lost level. These big Berthas and backward swimming fish. No bloopers this time, not too bad. Another fairly short stage. Cavin's got a stage, Hammer Brother, and airship. Well, using a cloud there, he's got a Hammer Brother and an airship before moving on to World 8. Reward with the star, which isn't bad. Star is using the star Hammer Brother suit combo for Bowser's Castle is fairly popular strategy. As we get audio switch over to Cavin's side. I believe that's a Lemmy. Just 2 hits. Taking a break as well. So Cavin finishing up World 7. Moving on to World 8. As Your Majesty's entering the World 6 airship. Not over yet. World 8 can definitely play a factor, given the overworld pipes, and hand bridge, and can be either really nice or just a complete mess. Cavin's got to play this first stage. Now this is a tank in the overworld, but it's mixed in with the standard stage, and that's because it doesn't end. Normally the tank stage doesn't end with a boom boom fight. So following that, it's mixed in with the standard stages. So we could have seen the standard airship anywhere else in one of the overworld stages, but not here. Gonna check this first pipe. Cavin's gonna play this fortress, World 2 fortress, and even though this didn't lead him directly to Bowser, this is really your next best outcome. Since you've got this in this dark area, you've got 4 pipes. Well, 3 not including the one you can't. So after completing this fortress, he'll be able to check 3 pipes in this area, hoping one of those leads to Bowser. Meanwhile, Your Majesty finishing up World 6 Air Force, airship. One of those air words. He'll move on over to World 1. Cavin's checking these pipes. Doesn't want to see that though. One leading to another one right in the same area. And that one on the other side of the lock that you know to complete the Air Force for. So Cavin's gonna go all the way back to the first area, World 8 Overworld, play the Navy stage, which you've already seen, so we know it's another fortress. And then that'll lead him somewhere else. Cavin could also play the 2 stages, stages 1 and 2 in the dark area. That could be the right way. Just don't know yet. Like I said earlier, players try to minimize the number of stages played. So 1 stage here leading to 1 pipe is a better option than playing 2 stages to 1 pipe. Cavin's gonna pick up the star. Try to hold on to it. Should be able to hold on to it once it's Boom Boom. And with that, Boom Boom's down. One hit from the star. Not quite where you want to be either. So it's looking like you gotta go through those action stages. That's gonna lead to Hand Bridge, and Hand Bridge is gonna be required. So a pretty nasty World 8. Here we have Boss Bass. He's gonna take the maze. No, with Boss Bass, there's even if he comfortable going for the clips, really no reason to, just because Boss Bass can get right in your way. Flying Boss Bass there. Meanwhile, Your Majesty making his way through World 7. Cavin's gotta avoid. Ooh, as I say it, gotta avoid that Boss Bass. Maybe a little. I don't know what happened there. I thought I heard the fireball get shot. Maybe not. That's a tough place to die too, especially at the end of that maze. He's gotta go through it again. He's got to equip the fireballs again. See if well, we'll see what Boss Bass has to say about this time. He's gonna stay lower to the ground, but it's not over yet. Meanwhile, Cavin got the Hammer Brothers right for the airship here in World 7. Alright, Boss Bass, just stay where you are. Alright. Cavin made it through the pipe into the stage. Boss Bass had a couple meals today. We'll see if he gets any more by the time this is over. While Cavin makes his way backwards through World 8 in this section, Cavin's making his way through the World 8 backwards. Your Majesty is in the World 7 airship. And based on where Cavin's been so far, I believe Hand Bridge is going to be required, so he's going to play the Air Force. Gotta avoid the hand stages, which are standard stages, so we've already seen all 3 hand stages, so we know it's not going to be them. Be any one of the standard stages. That Hotfoot just would not get out of the way, and that falling Dry Bones almost got Cavin there. See Your Majesty entering World 8. Now, if Your Majesty happens to choose the right path, he still has a chance to be in this, depending on how the hand stages play out. See how nice they are today. Grabbed by the first one. Not too nice. He could die and try again. Try to just bypass it again, but you're not guaranteed either way. You're not guaranteed to bypass it just because you died and try again. It is an option though. As Cavin's finishing up this first hand stage, Your Majesty's making his way through the fortress here. See how the second hand is gonna play. Bypasses one, but the third one is not happening either. Fortunately, Your Majesty died in this fortress dark area, World 8. Gonna cloud over. Gonna see where these other pipes lead to. Now, it probably wouldn't be ideal to die here for Cavin, just because he would have to traverse over the second hand stage again. He may get pulled in. I may want to play a little safer here, just to avoid that. Meanwhile, Your Majesty's checking those pipes, seeing where to go next. And he's gonna go play the... He's gonna play the action stages. Stages 1 and 2. Meanwhile, Cavin making his way through the third hand stage. Should be on his way to the final area here in World 8. Majesty having some trouble with that block. Able to get it though. Here we are at the last screen, just before Bowser's Castle. One fortress in the way. Some, I wouldn't say tricky platforming, but with the fireballs, a lot to avoid. A lot of enemies to avoid. In this pit. I've fallen into that pit before. You don't want to do that. One last boom boom. No problem for Cavin. He's gonna make his way onto Bowser. Probably gonna equip Hammer Brother suit he picked up. Or did he pick it up? He did not. Yes, he did. Did he? Yeah, Cavin's got the Hammer Brother suit. He's got the star. He's gonna run right through the beginning of these lasers here. Cavin's in a really good position. Finish it out. Her Majesty has to go through the Air Force and the 3-hand stages. It's not quite over yet. Not until Bowser, not until we see Mario reunited with Toadstool that it's over. Don't wanna jinx the players, right? So with the Hammer Brother suit, you can get right up in Bowser's face, throw off a few hammers, and make quick work of him, just like that. And that's why players choose to hold on to that if possible. Really quick Bowser fight. Meanwhile, Your Majesty making his way through the Air Force, using the star. Cavin wins it. Cavin's gonna win and move on to the next round here in the bracket stage. See if he wants to come in, get his thoughts on the match. Majesty did get grabbed by the first hand. See him making his way through that. Could avoid these cheap swoop. See if he gets better luck this time going across it. Not quite. Gonna try to fly over this one. Yeah, Cavin's time was at 57-minute, 53-second. With just a nasty World 8. World 7, like, quite a few of those not a lot of hammers. Few were used to skip some stages, but for the most part, it was a lot of stages played over. Hey, Cavin.
Hey.
Congratulations.
This was one of the most stressful seeds I've ever done in my life.
I can imagine. What are your thoughts?
That I've lost. Pretty much the entire time, I was convinced that I was behind after how badly I screwed up on the very first level.
Oh, yeah. What does Sage start on, right? Auto-scroller. What we all want to see.
Well, it's not just the auto-scroller, it's the fact that the platform despawned twice.
Oh, right.
I wasn't really sure what to do. Eventually I realized, okay, it's because of the fire chomp. Although I'm still not entirely sure, because, I mean, that level normally has a fire chomp in vanilla, and I don't recall a platform despawning.
Right. Yeah, both of you guys had trouble with it. Both a few deaths. Yeah, it's not definitely not what you want to see starting off. That's
yeah. So I was just convinced that like the 2.5 minutes that I lost in that level that I had lost, it was over. There was no catching up.
There's still plenty of game left, though.
Yeah. This was not a very fast seed. Like very few hammers, very few clouds.
Right.
Level 7 wasn't very, or World 7 wasn't very good. World 3 wasn't very good. World 8 was terrible.
Yeah. A lot of extra stages played, just given the overall pipe locations, layout. Yeah, not very nice overall in that regard. So moving on to the bracket stage. Any thoughts?
Just more practice. I need more experience. I mean, I'm not bad. I'm not by any means good. I died a lot, but I think that I could probably win my next match if I get lucky and practice enough.
Yeah, you mentioned before the match you got a really good time, like a 37.
Yeah, the seed. I did a seed just before the race, the tourney race, and it was 37:12-ish, 37 something.
It's a pretty fast time.
Yeah, it was amazing. Very much so. Contrast to this.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but then you got something like this is nearly an hour. Could have been a little bit shorter, but not much really.
Yeah.
Just given the stages and overall layouts and all that good stuff. Meanwhile, you got your Majesty making his way through Bowser's Castle.
It was a pretty close race then.
Yes. A little bit back and forth. Trying to think of the deciding. In World 3, I believe that was World 6. You chose, through Fortress 2. Yeah, World 7 Fortress 2. Through that fortress. You got through it first try, and Majesty died a couple times, and then decided to cloud over it and had to play a few extra stages as a result.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, oh god, no, and I was so scared of dying, because I knew if I died, it would probably be it. That was a huge play, not dying there. Yeah,
nice, like, patient, took your time, especially avoiding those fireballs between the fire piranha plants, able to get through it.
Yeah, with the two fire piranha plants, one was up, and the other was down. It was just, there was no way of getting through that. I was like, how am I going to do this? And then I figured out, okay, maybe that's how, and got lucky.
Well, at this point in the tournament, it's going to take a little bit more than luck to win. And a little bit of skill, right? So you had that today.
Yeah.
Your opponent hasn't quite. So your opponent for next round hasn't quite been set yet. So we'll have to look forward to that. See if Your Majesty wants to come in for talk about that seed.
Yeah, my next opponent's I'm seed 13. Majesty was seed 10, so I'm fighting either 12 or 11. So should be still pretty similar, close match.
Yeah, still a lot of matches to be played here in the first round of the brackets. There's another match tonight. There's at least 4 matches tomorrow evening. So stay tuned for more Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer. Try to get Your Majesty in for an interview, see if his thoughts on this. You were gonna say something, Cavin?
Yeah, when I died to Big Bertha at the end of 7-9, I really thought that was it.
Yeah, that was a really horrible place to die. Just
Yeah,
I thought you got the fireball off too.
I did. I threw fireballs at him. I don't know why he didn't die.
He just got the jukes, able to dodge it, I guess.
Although I did find the double Big Bertha in 4-2 really cool.
Yeah,
Never seen
right.
that before.
We'll see more coming up. Who knows? The double Big Bertha, maybe Sun combo.
Every enemy is either a Sun or a Big Bertha.
Your Majesty is gonna come in for another, or for a quick interview here. Let's quickly mention that we do have another match this evening. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna be on Speed Gaming as well. Let's see which panel that will be on. So, Cavin, you have your next opponent's either going to be Tapatio J or Lasso. Do you know anything about either? Do you have a preference on who you'd want to play?
Not really. Haven't played any of them. And then again, I'm extremely new to this. Like, my first match was like a week before, or like my first time playing the random was about a bit less than a week before my first match. So.
Oh wow. Okay.
I haven't played against many people.
Do you have any other experience with Super Mario Bros. 3? Did you play
yeah.
growing up or speedrun it?
Yeah, it was a bit of a childhood game.
Okay.
Had it on the Virtual Console and played it on emulator several years ago, but hadn't touched it in a few years till the rando.
Gotcha. Welcome, Your Majesty. Can you hear us? You can hear me, your mic. Trying to. So I missed. I know you mentioned you played it growing up. Cavin, do you speedrun it or just play?
I mean, yesterday I tried doing some no wrong warp runs, but I'm not really. Yeah, I don't really speedrun.
Okay.
The vanilla game. This is like the third or fourth rando that I'm good at, and I don't touch the vanilla game.
Interesting. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. It's for people doing that.
Hello?
Hey, welcome.
Hey, Your Majesty.
Hello.
Tough seat, huh?
Not really. Like, we did. Oh, I'm not sure if Cavin played any, but there was like probably 1 or 2 levels from World 7. And that's like a plus, honestly, because World 7 levels are a chore to play.
How about that first stage, the auto scroller?
Well, I died because one of the platforms weren't there, so that
happened to me twice.
Happened to both of y'all.
Oh, I see. Because my brother was watching me, and he was like, you know, he was saying probably one of the enemies took up the spot, but I was like, no, it's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I realized that too. I ended up game overing on that level.
Oh man.
Died 3 times, and I was like, okay, you know what? First level, let's just get my lives back, and I suicided twice.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever dropped below 5 lives. I also like got most of the power-ups and like the mushrooms, so I never went under 3 bars of items.
Yeah, you were going for mushroom houses pretty frequently.
Yeah, because I like to have a decent inventory, so I have an item, you know, per level, depending on how hard it is. And I'm glad to have, I guess, too many than not enough.
Yeah, I generally only go for mushroom houses at the start of the game, but when I get a bunch of end cards, I'm like, okay, no point. But Sometimes end cards, I mean, if end cards give you like music boxes, clouds, hammers, you got great stuff, but you still need those items to not die.
Yeah, I have like what 2 music boxes. I didn't use them. Well, I mean, I didn't really feel the need to use them, but I think my hammer placement could have been better. Like World 1, I was like, I hope I have a hammer left, because if not, I have to play like 3 levels. And of course I didn't, so I had to play 3 levels in World 1. Or 3 extra levels.
I don't think either one of you did, though. I think both you had to play the 3 stages.
Yeah, I used my 2 hammers on World 2, skipping the first 3 levels, and World 4.
Oh, World 4? Huh. I don't think wait, I think I did too. I believe
Yeah, I don't think I use the hammers in the same place in that regard.
Yeah. But, I would say my biggest time loss was when I got to some of the levels, like near the end, and I died. Like,
yeah,
I forget what dungeon was. There was one dungeon, or maybe two of the castles, that I got to the very end, but I died. It was the ice one and the one with the spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, myself, I had a lot of trouble with Wendy, the seed, for some reason.
That 4-hit can be a pain.
5-hit.
Was it 5?
Wendy was 5, I believe. She took forever.
Okay. I can't count. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it's because I kept
And
having.
then I
Wendy
also
was
died
a lot
on
harder.
another airship. I'm not sure which one it was. So I used a P-Wing because I tried to jump, but I was in my stone, but it took me out my stone when I got stunned. I didn't know that could happen.
So, fortunately, Your Majesty, last match. Any thoughts overall on the tournaments? Continue playing this?
The tournament was okay. Like, I mean, the tournament is fine. I enjoyed playing it and whatnot. And despite me not practicing at all, I just like overall gotten better with the getting through the levels. So, you know, I mean, practice helps, but you know, you don't have to do it to be good, I would say.
If there was another tournament, would you enter?
I might. I'm thinking about it, but at the same time, I'm not sure. Like, I like Mario Bros. 3, you know, it's one of my favorite games, but I don't know. I have to just see. Well, I'll be up to chance, maybe.
Sounds good. All right, we're gonna wrap things up here. We've got another. Be sure to follow both these runners. Give them a follow. Both really good showing. We have another match tonight for Super Mario Bros. 3 tournament. Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer tournament. It's gonna be 9 p.m. Eastern. That's gonna be on B Gaming 2. Yes, B Gaming 2. The match between. Set this up. So 9 p.m. Eastern, Speed Gaming 2. It's a match between Players.com and Rupert. It's on Speed Gaming 2. We've got 4 more matches tomorrow. Plenty of more speed running action, speed gaming action on host of speed gaming channels. Any last thoughts, guys? Either one of you?
Well, I would say good luck to Cavin in his next races.
Thanks
because,
for them.
Indeed, because I mean, I'm not sure of the other times, but going forward, you're definitely gonna need the luck because there are those people that are like extremely good at this game. Like, I believe there's somebody already like number 1 favorite to win it. So, you know, as long as you have fun, that's my main focus really.
Yeah, thanks. And sorry I had to eliminate you. Sucks. It's a single elimination.
Oh no, it's fine. I mean, better you than me, or better me than you, I guess.
All right, that's gonna do it for us for now. I've been Chatab. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more speed gaming action. See you next time.